We're live right now.
Yay.
All right. Okay. So, are you ready then?
Yeah.
All right. Give me a countdown then. Well, count up when you gain control.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Congrats, that was the most normal part of the game. Well, I guess it goes a little further.
This trick will explain itself, kind of.
No, it does not explain itself.
Yes, it does. Basically, what happened?
When all you can do... Yeah, so all I'm doing now is holding down right for the next 50 seconds. Oh, I don't have a timer. I don't know when this is going to end. Oh, well. But yeah, my speed is exponentially increasing right now. My rotation speed is. And when my rotation speed gets high enough, then the game breaks. Which you'll see soon enough. Eventually. There. So I'm rotating so fast that the game doesn't know what to do with the morph ball shell, and so it just disappears. And when I boost, the game thinks I'm everywhere at once. And so I just hit a cutscene trigger way above me. And you're not supposed to trigger the cutscenes like this, and so the game doesn't know what to do, and so I'm out of bounds. And so I just completely skipped the item loss. Well, kind of, not yet. I have to get through here first.
This is called ILS, item loss skip, and by doing this, you basically start the game with missiles, bombs, space jump, boost ball, and spider ball. The game says you start with grapple beam, but the game's lying, you don't.
Oh, no. Yeah, falling... You generally do not like to fall in a secret world, as you have seen earlier today.
But navigating out of bounds is a lot easier and less, well, quote-unquote, less punishing than Prime 1, a.k.a. it's still very punishing, because
it's just a lot easier to recover from if you fall down.
Basically. So
which is good, because this game has way more out of bounds.
So you're supposed to go to Great Temple and get Violet Translate, then go to Aegon. But instead, Miles is just going to say, screw that, I'm going to go out of bounds here.
Yeah, I could go straight to Aegon right after I must skip, but I need to get this first. Maybe. Okay. And I have power bombs. 4 minutes into the game.
By the way, the trick Miles to get out of bounds for the early bomb tank is a lot harder than it looks. I definitely found it really hard when we started learning it, and it's not a very trivial jump because you have to do a ghetto jump off the tree, make it past the trunk, time your second jump such that you land on the rock after it. So
yeah, so it's really hard.
It's a lot harder than it looks.
Unless you have screw attack, and then you can just screw attack onto the rock and then jump out. Whoa, 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 whoa.
So a key thing about out of bounds, the general gist of out of bounds is that you basically need to go from room to room and you need to do something called transition. This is generally done by jumping on the other side of the door. Transitioning means basically telling the game, okay, I want to move from room A to room B. Now the game thinks I'm in room B. And you can tell by looking at the mini-map in the top right corner.
Yeah.
So that's why you can't just like skip every room immediately. You have to find some way to reach the door on the other side, land on it, and then continue on and to repeat that. That is usually involves a series of ether jumps or standing from several different standable spots. Usually the former and for Prime 2. And ether jump is basically, if you missed the explanation from Prime 1, basically every room is inside one big box. Outside the box is called ether, and how the physics work in ether is that you're stuck in place in U mode, and you very slowly float up. So the moment you walk out of the side of ether, you have a 3-frame window in a 60 FPS game where you can jump. So what you want to do when you reach the wall of ether is get in ether, walk out of the ether, and do a jump, which is called an ether jump. At the peak of your jump, move back into the ether, so you gain height. Repeat that over and over until you reach the desirable heights, and it's a lot harder than it looks. So if you see Miles kind of like climbing back and forth sideways, then he's doing a series of ether jumps.
Just got it. And I'm out of bounds. Thank you, Sandigger.
Nice.
So yeah, you just you kind of manipulate its position and get it close enough to the wall, and then it just throws you straight out.
And again, that's another trick that's a lot harder than it looks. It takes a lot of practice to get. So right here is what Miles was doing, called what I just explained, called ethering. And he just transitioned the room into the room with the E-tank. So
yeah.
what this wall... Go ahead.
Just quickly, there's a trick called Annihilator skip or Quadraxis skip later on that involves a wall crawl in the Dark World. And so during the wall crawl, I'll be constantly taking damage, so I need to get up to 300 energy tanks before then. Well, not up to, at least.
So you skip Dark Suit.
Yeah. So in order to survive that, I need to get some energy tanks, which is why I had to make that detour for the energy tank first. But yeah, if you want to explain the wall crawl, go ahead.
Oh, yeah. For the most part, it's supposed to do after getting stuck in bombs, which Miles already has, by the way, because of doing the lost skip. You're supposed to go through this pirate base and fight a bunch of pirates and basically go around the base in like counterclockwise fashion. But he's gonna skip all that and just go straight to Dark Samus one instead of going around counterclockwise. He's basically just gonna skip everything here, and it saves a buttload of time, like 2 to 3 minutes.
Yeah. No crash. Good thing
Did you save before Sandigger?
No, of course not. Yay!
Nice.
So yeah, power bombing Dark Samus like that can both crash the game and can softlock the game, because sometimes she dies and nothing happens afterwards.
Softlock itself is rare, at least from my experience. But the actual crash itself,
I think it depends on your position.
I don't know. It's Metroid Prime 2, broken percent.
Yeah, you are not supposed to get to the fight out of bounds like that, and you were not supposed to lay a power bomb to kill her like that. So.
And this is probably one segment out of segments of the game that looks very normal, quote. So if you like seeing normal-ish gameplay, this is your chance for a while.
Yep, no light beam skip, I'm so sorry.
You can skip light beam in this game, but you have to collect a bunch of other upgrades. It's more like a challenge rather than an actual trick use in speedruns. So I think Miles had a quick emergency for like a few seconds.
Yeah, my family's leaving, so they were just telling me.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry about that.
It's cool. And remember Ghetto jumps from Metroid Prime 1? They're also in Metroid Prime 2. I kind of should have mentioned that earlier, because that's how you got the early powerbomb tank. But yeah, he did a Ghetto jump off the corpse there to get on the higher ledge really quickly.
Oh. Well, there's accidental pause number 1, I think.
Again, loading still works kind of similarly in Prime 1 and 2. When you hit a loading trigger or a corresponding door, the door starts loading. So you saw Miles kind of move past the save station a little bit. That hits the loading trigger for the next room. And then he saves, because it's a marathon save and he also heals. And then the door instantly opens after the save.
Yeah, so even if I didn't want to save, I would still visit that save station.
Because in this run, he often has free in-game time as well. Which works the same way as in Prime 1.
Okay, this ghetto is really difficult because it depends on the positions of these light barbs. And I got it.
Nice.
Basically, you either want to get hit during your first jump, or you don't want to get hit at all. Because if you get hit during your second jump, then it's gonna knock you down a bit, and you won't be able to make it. And getting hit during the first jump is a lot harder than it should be. Okay, I'm not holding anything right now. I do not know why that happens, but like sometimes that room in particular, after a roll shot, you'll be charging even though you're not holding down A.
Really? That's never actually happened to me before.
It's happened a ton of times to me in there, and then once in Vault, and I don't understand it.
So the most important reason why he got up this powerbomb thing. Go on.
That Spire Track I just used does not work until after I beat Dark Samus. It's possible to completely avoid Dark Samus to get Dark Beam, but I fight her in order to use that Spire Track. Anyway, yeah, power bombs. Lets me do that. And because of that, I am now going to Sanctuary. Right after Aegon.
For people not too familiar with the game, Sanctuary is the third main area. Basically, the last main area you're supposed to go in the game. So.
Yeah, I've not been to Great Simple or Torvis yet, so. I was really lucky health drops. Even though it doesn't matter because I'm saving this run.
So, might as well start explaining this now. There's a big reason why it's going to safety save soon. And the reason is there's a trick to skip grapple beam called Grand Abyss. And what happens is, it's literally a one-shot trick, because you have to dash jump off of a robot to land on another robot. The robot you're trying to land on never appears ever again. So you have one chance to go for it. It's a pretty difficult dash, but miss it, the run's basically dead. So he's going to be safety saving.
Yeah, it saves a ton of time over getting grapple beforehand.
And there is a way to go out of bounds and go around.
But it costs 5 minutes. You don't want to do that.
Yeah, you really don't want to do that.
Yeah, it costs 5 minutes if you manage to not fail it. So...
The out of bounds itself is really difficult. Oh yeah, so one last thing. Miles got out of bounds by the door because he was technically in room, like let's say he was technically in room A, but while he was on the other side of the door. So the game kind of freaked out when he morphed and shoved him out of bounds by the door. So there's a little bit more to that out of bounds than it looked. It's not just morph here.
It's close enough, though.
It's pretty close, yeah.
Okay. Here we go. Nope. Fail number 1.
And that's what the safety save is for?
Yeah. Why?
The general technique to do the dash itself is you have to do a bent scan dash. And generally speaking, you want to do a floaty dash. So what a floaty dash is you lock onto something, and you walk off a ledge, and you have a frame window to press B, and you get a lot of extra height while dashing. And you need to bend it so you have to, after pressing B, you have to press forward and then R. And it's really difficult.
Yeah. My best time completes the game in about 1:16. There's a 140x estimate for a reason, and this is one of the main reasons right here.
I forgot to mention, Mal also does a technique here past the light beam door called a roll jump, which is the same mechanic as a BSJ that he did in Prime 1 that I mentioned. Basically, you roll off a ledge. If you get an instant unmorph by manipulating in the first 22 frames, you can jump out of it, and you get a lot of distance.
Yeah,
this skips ankle visor. Okay.
Ha, ha, ha. Missed.
Oh, he was the robot.
Yeah, so I was just showing off there at the end. Like, jumping to that third robot is the most stupid thing you could possibly do after making Grand Abyss.
It just looks cool.
Like, it doesn't cost any time because the room's already loading at that point. I don't think we've ever really explained loading that much, did we?
Actually, no, I can go into that really quickly. So, loading times are not random. And the main way that a room loads is, generally speaking, there are invisible loading triggers in every room. So when you hit the invisible loading trigger, the next room starts loading. That's the general case for it. And that's going to happen like 99% of the time if you don't go out of bounds, basically. And there are some strategies where the door takes long enough to load such that even if you reach the door as quickly as possible, you have to wait longer anyways. So there are strategies that take longer to reach the door, but hit the loading trigger more quickly, and as a result, you wait less at the door and you save time. There's just several minor strategies like that that Miles does. And this glitchy screw attack is not because he has Varius, it's because he screw attacked out of a roll jump, and it can also happen out of a BSJ.
Yeah, it doesn't happen every time, so I'm not quite sure what causes it.
And that's a trick right there that allows you to get screw attack even if you don't do Grand Abyss, but you don't have Spider Ball.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm going to be doing another safety save because there's another difficult trick coming up, and if I fail it, I do not want to do Grand Abyss again. So...
Oh, by the way, he doesn't have Dark Suit, by the way, he's supposed to have it. Just FYI. Like, Prime 2 runners generally tend to take for granted that Dark Suit is actually an item. Even 100%, you don't get Dark Suit, you get it after Light Suit, which at that point it doesn't matter, so...
Yes, it does matter. It gets rid of that annoying sound effect. Like, there's these enemies... like being worms or something that do a ton of damage to you when you don't have any suits, and they make an annoying sound effects, and after you get light suit they stop doing damage, but the sound effect doesn't go away. It's only a dark suit that makes it go away.
By the way, screw attack is pretty broken, and it's probably one of the best items in Prime Running.
Oh yeah, you're gonna be seeing a lot of stuff like that. Just screw attack. Oh, I'm out of bounds.
Basically, and the main reason is because when you screw attack, you're basically the game treats at you as if you're in Morph Ball. So you can basically get into any Morph Ball tunnel with screw attack, and when you're done with screw attack, you're not in Morph Ball anymore. So you can clip basically anywhere there's a Morph Ball tunnel once you have screw attack.
Nope. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah, so I was losing health that entire time, so that is not a trick you want to mess up that many times.
Wow, this game really likes you today. He was supposed to get a lot of drops, but the game hated him right there.
So we'll be waiting for a while.
And this is why the estimate is really high for Metroid Prime 2.
Okay, note to self, if I am really low on missiles before Spider Skip, I should waste them so I can get a 10 missile from those crates. Yeah, that's good enough. Jumped too soon, the room wasn't loaded yet. Well, small energy is better than nothing. Though I would have preferred a medium one, which gives 30. Perfect. I like how you said yets. No. That could have been bad.
That was really close.
Yeah.
That was really close. So Miles is probably gonna stay here for a few, like,
yeah, the room is
seconds.
loading right now, so I can afford to stay there. Kirby is not commenting with a delay because he is watching a different stream that has like 3 seconds of delay. But you already answered in chat. Which you won't hear my explanation for a while because of Twitch. Yeah. Okay, good. That cost some time, but I didn't fall too far. Okay, I got a sound effect glitch when I opened the door, but you don't get to hear it anymore, but it'd be doing a weird sound effect if I went back to that door. Okay, that start is stupidly risky, because if you don't manage to jump before the room finishes loading, then you're screwed and fall very, very far down.
But you still went for it in a marathon.
Yeah. I did 3 tank skip in a marathon.
I was about to ask, why are you doing 3 energy tank quad skip in a marathon? Well, you pulled it off, so that works. Don't die to the res bits.
What?
Bonk.
Whatever. Gotcha. You have to kill the head after you kill the body, because if you kill the head first, it'll just make another head appear from the ceiling. And after you kill the body, then the head normally puts up a shield, and then you have to destroy that shield before you can destroy the head. But I fired that missile so soon that I didn't get a chance to put the shield up. Okay, getting and returning the energy, which was the whole point of doing Quadraxis skip, is the only requirement for getting the light suit. You need to return this energy, but you don't need to bother with Aegon or Torvis's. So, essentially right now is a long backtrack back to Temple Grounds in order to get the light suit. With couple things along the way.
One thing to note is that he can't go back to Temple Grounds through Aegon directly because there's a translator door blocking it, and he doesn't have Violet Translator because he's never been to Great Temple yet.
Yeah, that's actually going to be pretty funny later on.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Oh, someone asked about the transfer module in the chat.
That does absolutely nothing. It does absolutely nothing at all whatsoever. Like, it doesn't even put the energy transfer module in your inventory, because the Violet translator cutscene does that whether you collected that little glowing ball thing or not. So it literally does nothing at all.
So technically, it's faster to not get Amber Translator. Miles is going to get Amber Translator because skipping it is terrible.
You're not skipping it, you're putting it off for a while, because you have to visit this room later anyway, and so you would just get it then. But I get it now because
that's true, yeah.
There's a certain translator gate that is really annoying to get past. And so this costs about 30 seconds, plus or minus however long it takes to actually get past that translator's gate. It might be faster to skip it, but I have no clue, and it's really difficult. I mean, like, not even counting the 30 seconds, it might be faster to skip it.
Also, Miles had to scan that hologram twice. Say hi to Bargain, by the way, because the game's really confused. So you already got the Sanctuary energy. You're supposed to kill the Bomb Guardian. The game's just kind of confused about like what state is it supposed to give you Amber Translator, or it doesn't think you're supposed to have this upgrade yet. So that's why you have to scan it twice, and you know you got the respective translator when the game says energy fully reefed. All 4 translators.
I love that trick. Yeah.
So he's gonna have to scan the hologram twice again for the Emerald Translator right after getting Light Suit.
Yeah, that is probably the last safety save I'm going to do, just because it's right in the way. But there's not really anything that can kill the run anymore. Cross your fingers.
What about meeting grounds?
Yeah, aside from the game suddenly going, hey, I hate you, there is nothing that can kill the run. I hope there's not a different overlay for every run. I want to see MilesSMB at the bottom every time.
This is doing every run in the marathon, obviously, including this game.
Well, okay, next run you can put it. So yeah, for some reason this fight can be triggered by shooting the door. That was terrible. Oh my god. Oops. Yeah, so basically when you walk into the room, normally through the door, you trigger the fight. And for some reason, like, I don't know of a single other trigger like this, you can just shoot the trigger instead, and it'll activate. The pirates' motions are fixed until they get close to you. So while they're still approaching me, I'm able to fire at the same place every time. Go ahead.
I
just fired way too soon because I wasn't thinking. So, what were you saying?
Oh yeah, I was about to talk that Dark Beam is very absurdly powerful.
Yeah.
And so with both Light Beam and Dark Beam and Annihilator, although he doesn't have it, he's not going to have it, they're all really freaking powerful.
No.
I believe the Dark Beam on a Dark weak enemy does as much damage as a missile. An uncharged Dark shot. And an uncharged Light Beam shot on a Dark enemy does more damage than a missile.
Yeah.
I think it's 120, something like that.
Wait, what?
And a missile does 100. No, I must be thinking of something else then.
You're way
completely off.
A missile does 30. Uncharged Dark Beam on something weak to Dark does 30. Uncharged Light on something weak to Light does 40.
Okay, well, I'm completely off. Whoops. But yeah, an uncharged Annihilator is completely overpowered, which you'll see that in 100%.
This gate right here is why I got Amber Translator. Good job. I really need to check if that's a guaranteed missile drop right there, because I'm pretty sure it is. Wow. So yeah, pay more attention to my missiles. That would be a good plan.
Oh, something to mention about how drops work in this game is that drops, generally speaking, always depend on what you have. So if you're really low on something, then you're usually going to get a lot of what you're missing. So if you're below 20% of your max HP, you're almost guaranteed to get a yellow health. Gives you 100 health. If you're at 0 power bombs, you're almost guaranteed some drop. If you're at 0, you're almost guaranteed to get a double missile drop, which gives you 10 missiles. Miles, are you there?
Yeah.
Okay, no. I just dropped a few frames.
Yay, Seekers. I hate that screw tech so much. Should I pause?
No, we're good. It was just for like a one instant.
Okay.
Oh, the drop stuff.
This right here. That is not an amber gate. It looks like an amber gate, but it's a violet gate. And I do not have violet yet. So even though I collected amber, I still have to do this stupid trick to get past it. I had to drop right next to the translator gate door first in order to get this elevator to load. Because if I did not get to load first, I would just be falling forever right now. Okay. This is the most difficult room transition in the game right here. Like, I can't just get on top of the door and switch it. So I have to edge down, morph, and then somehow that morph manages to switch it. It's really precise. You have to morph in the exact right spot, but I found a way to line up. And yeah, now it's time for the first boss in the game, so I'm just going to kill these guys real quick. Nah.
Miles, that room transition that Miles explained,
hold on.
Used to just kind of, go ahead.
So yeah, I didn't get violet yet, so I just got violet. And also, I need to get light suit. So now I'm going to get light suit. So right now I'm getting the second and last major item in the game back to back. So yeah, this game is kind of broken.
Oh, hi there, W Moss.
Oh yeah, there were two of them for a second there. So what about the transition?
Oh yeah, before Miles found some consistent setup for it, basically what happened is he would just try to ether jump up by the door and then morph, and then just hope he gets it. And it was just really bad, because he would sometimes spend minutes just trying it. So Miles found this really specific setup. That's why you saw Miles do these minor actions, like kind of wiggle around until the crosshair was at a specific spot and then morphed. The setup itself is not very difficult, but it took a while for him to figure out the set, so like come up with the setup itself.
Mainly it took a while for me to think, maybe I should look for one. Like, I think it was actually because of you, and you complained that it was way too hard. It's like, okay, there has to be some way to do it consistently. Oh boy, this coming up trick. There's a trick called air underwater where if you morph on the frame you enter water, then you'll see what happens. But it's a single frame trick. Missed. Missed. 5, 6, 7. Okay, so basically things I'm above the water now. Normally you can't screw attack, but now I'm able to. And so I'm able to just screw attack to each post now.
And this kind of breaks Lower Torvis a lot, because normally you're supposed to come down here with boost ball and secret missiles, which he does have, and then go through secret door and then kind of do all these random puzzles all the way around Lower Torvis, just really scan points. But you can just skip all that.
Yeah, that's not the only way to skip it. You can also do a trick called underwater dashes, but it's the fastest way, assuming you're able to activate it quickly.
And you had to have screw attack too.
Yeah.
For it to be useful.
If you do the underwater dashes, then you can't do screw attack from the first to the second post. You have to go back to the bottom and use the morphball can to shoot back to the top of the room. Nope. Right there, I just tried to activate air underwater again, because if I got it, I would be able to kill Alpha Blog right now. But sadly, we are just going to skip him instead. Like, screw attack is the only fast way to kill him.
And killing him with screw attack is faster than skipping it, actually, because you have access to a portal that's closer.
Yeah, there's a portal in the room below and this room, and the one below is faster to use, but you can't get to it unless Alpha Blog is dead.
Also, Miles is about to fight the main Powerbomb Guardian, and you might be wondering why is he doing this if he has Power Bombs already?
Because I really need those extra 2 Power Bombs. I just did that.
Did that seriously not hit the door?
Wow.
Luckily, there's a bunch of fish in the light world.
2 pearl transitions later.
The Sky Temple key in Dark Aeon that never shows up until after you get specifically the main Power Bomb. You can't get any Power Bomb expansion. You have to get the main Power Bomb upgrade. Otherwise, it will not show up and you cannot beat the game without it. something we forgot to mention in Prime 1, I think that's pretty much the same thing. You can't break the face on the lead pirate unless you hit the main power bomb.
I mean, you don't even have to lay that as soon as possible. You have to wait forever for the room to load. Oh well. Yeah. What the? Okay.
Oh wow, okay. Time saver. It's finding new time savers while marathoning. That works.
Yeah. You didn't miss much.
Okay. We should be back. So we should be able to continue. We can just say Prime 2 broke the stream because it's Prime 2.
There's your crash. That's bad. Oh, hey, no grapple pirates.
Something to explain really quickly. Miles basically has to go get the dark dwarf's keys.
No grapple pirates again.
Even though he has lights, dude. Nope. The reason being, he has to fight Chick to get Dark Visor, because you can't get the Sky Temple keys without Dark Visor. Dark Visor after you have Light Suit.
Yeah, you can't just shoot where they are. You have to actually have the Dark Visor on in order to damage them.
It's a lot like the X-ray visor from Prime 1. Like, you can't damage a certain thing without the visor itself, even if you don't know where it is.
Okay, there's something wrong with your connection, I think, because your voice is really weird. So yeah, Chica needs a lot of ammo, and I don't really have that much to use in the first place. So I want to get as much as possible.
A lot that goes on in this fight, but Miles will probably be concentrating a lot on it, so...
Yeah, this is horrible. We'll just say that.
finds the Chica larva here, because so you can lock on its chest when it comes out.
Yeah, so locking on just then required scanning it. Yeah, that was bad. See, this is when you're supposed to. Just like you're supposed to. Thank you for jumping. Because I had to run lately where he did not jump when he was supposed to jump. And that messed things up pretty badly. So that was kind of slow, but I finished with a lot of ammo, which is good. And it begins. Seekers love to miss. I was supposed to take him out with that second set of Seekers, but it hates me. Ah, shoot, that charge shot was too soon. Now, hopefully this will work. Good, because I did not have enough dark ammo. Just again easily. So yeah, that wasn't too good, by be it for music loop at least. I mean, that Chica went a lot better than it usually does, even with the Seeker failure. Having Seekers fit, I did not get any dark ammo. Great. Hopefully that doesn't matter. But having the Seekers fail during the second round is a lot worse than the first one. During the second round, it takes more damage to stun Chica. And so I can't just knock him out before he turns and use Seekers again. What's going on? It's basically random where those light shots go, so I just fire somewhere and hope it hits the door, which it didn't.
So here's the first of the 9 Sky Temple keys, and the rest of the game is basically just get the rest of the Sky Temple keys.
Yeah. Like, all the Sky Temple keys need Dark Visor, and most of them need Light Suit. So it's basically go to Sanctuary, get light suit, or trigger light suit, then go to Torvis, get dark visor, then clean up the keys. But like, it wouldn't be better to get dark visor first, because most of them also need the light suit to collect. Whee!
Also, getting out of bounds here is you can't just literally jump through the wall. You have to ghetto jump through the wall, which isn't exactly that. Wait, what? I did not know about that.
Yep.
I did not know about that. Okay. So what was going on there then?
There was a spider track.
Why?
Who knows? But there is.
Well, that's something new. You learn something new every day.
Hopefully this will work, because it looks really cool. Yeah, so you're supposed to use a bomb slot in order to lower the gate, and then you can get to the portal, but I don't bother. There's a spot where you're able to just skip through it, which you're not able to just jump through it. But screw attacking will let you like start low enough and then get back high enough to get through. Whoops. What? Okay, that was stupid. Like, stopped looking for half a second, and then I ended up being in the completely opposite direction of what I thought I was. Oh yeah, that gate is there. Completely forgot about it. So Torvis is completely done.
Oh, this is going to be fun.
Okay. To the left of me is the first room. You're supposed to enter in the Dark World. And it has a cutscene as soon as you enter it. Or as soon as the room loads. So I just drop down, wait for the room to load, and the cutscene immediately plays. And warps me into the room.
Say hi to Jump Guardian. Oh wait, you can't see him.
You're also late. I think you've fallen behind some.
I had like a 3-second delay to fix some audio issues.
No.
Oh dear God, did that just happen? Oh man. Is that's never happened before?
No, but it's I wish that this never happened before.
I heard Dark Visor's useful on these guys.
Oh, I actually completely forgot about that.
So basically, this fight activates if we enter the force field at the very middle.
Wait,
but Miles failed to screw attack, so he activated it. So there's a Sky Temple key coming up soon that Miles is going to get. That's the Sky Temple key that never appears until after you make a power bomb. So even if you have a power bomb expansion, and even though you can blow up the wall, the Sky Temple key is still not there.
Yeah, like every room has room layers, like for the different objects that appear in them. Those like little red floating things in the air aren't there until after you collect the main power bombs. And unfortunately, they also included the Sky Temple key in this room layer. Like those little red things do a ton of damage to you when you don't have the light suit. So I guess they don't want you somehow accidentally touching them or something. But yeah, unfortunately, they include the key in it too. Probably not intentionally, but who knows? Stupid door.
Oh, someone asked a question before about, oh, don't you have to fight Spider Guardian to get a Sky Temple key? Keep watching.
Which is actually something I did earlier in the run, though not for the sake of getting the key. Oh, whoops, I was supposed to shoot the door before going over here. Yeah, that happens sometimes.
What?
Like I got stuck on the ceiling.
I figured. I've made some pretty dumb mistake before in the middle of a run where I would enter Dark World here and then just go out of bounds and then
you'll see.
This guy's key.
Yeah, you'll see.
You'll see Miles too soon.
Basically, I need to abuse the terminal fall in order to get to the other side. When I went and got the Sky Temple key, it set the terminal fall to the side I'm on right now. But when you first enter the room, the terminal fall is on the other side. So I need to leave the room and come back in order to set the terminal fall back to the other side. And so you go into this room twice, and so like Kirby was saying, you need to make sure you don't do the second trip first. Because if you do this the first time, then that is bad. Also, screw attacking out of bounds is really, really bad because it makes you fall forever. Like, normally you would stop when you hit the bottom of the box, but not when you're morphed or screw attacking. But I just do it because it saves a little bit of time because it makes me fall a bit faster. How am I at full missiles?
Wait, are you normally... Oh, whoa, are you at full missiles? I never noticed. It's kind of a good thing.
Yeah, it's... well, I mean, it doesn't matter because I would have gotten 10 missiles there, but it's just... really weird. Whoops. No, stop it. Those are the same enemies that are around the light beam. So, what the? Wow. Whoa, this is... Why? Why?
Oh my god. And you thought they were bad during Emperor too.
Oh, they will be bad during Emperor too. Yeah, anyway, I have all the Sky Temple keys in Aegon, Torvis, and Sanctuary now. So now it's just going back to Temple Grounds. And I have two choices now. I could either go up and use the Sanctuary Energy Controller Warp, or go back to Aegon and use the Aegon Warp, and it's faster to go to Aegon. So right now is when you would get Amber, if you were to put off Amber. but I didn't. And right here is the only reason you would get Amber. Just open that one gate. Yeah.
So, remember what happened at HDQ 2013 at this portal?
Yep. Yeah, this part of the game is annoying because it's like elevator, portal, key, portal, elevator, elevator, portal, key, portal, elevator. So yeah, it's just 2 keys left at this point.
Another point to make, I don't think we mentioned this, but are you there?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I threw her back. Sorry about that. That was my end this time.
It was your end both times. Yeah, new strats. That complete.
Okay, we're back.
For how long
Hold
are
on
we
a
back
second.
for?
Give me a second. Okay, I guess we can keep going then.
Wow, that was fun. Good job. Oh, let's collect more keys.
Now we're pretty much going to start with the final bosses soon.
Ah, what? Still got one round. I was supposed to switch to power immediately, but somehow light stayed up.
That was close.
Okay. Ah, I only got 2. Did 60 less damage than I wanted to. Gotcha. Or not. What was the... Wow, this is horrible. Well, I completely screwed that one up.
Oh well. So what Miles was trying to do was a skip he found a few days ago, which was Dark Samus Force skip. And by firing a missile after doing, I think, around 25% of damage to her health, she automatically puts up a force field. You can damage her, and missile, and then manipulate her, so that such that she never goes to the nerd. It hasn't really been fully figured out yet, but for all intents and purposes, it's basically random when she chooses to go to the center and trigger this part of the fight, which is complete RNG and wastes a crap ton of time.
I'm pretty sure it's 22% health. Like, she switches to this phase after knockout 22%.
Wait, tell me when it's time?
Time.
1:24:30 in real time. Still a lot underestimate, so GG.
Do you want to go ahead and stop?
I'll keep going with the credits for now. I'm going to get the next run set up. Thanks a lot for the Prime 2 run. I apologize for all the picnics. My internet was acting up a little bit for a bit. I just said a little bit for a bit. Wow. Anyways, we're going to get the next run set up while Miles goes through the credits. Do you want to see it in game time at the end?
Yeah.
Or okay. So I guess we'll wait on that. Right. So thanks a lot, Miles, and Miles will be back to run Metroid Prime 100% tomorrow, I believe.
Yeah, and if you stick around for the next run, I am sorry. But stick around anyway.
We'll stick around. Alright, so I'll be back in a bit then.
Okay. So yeah, this ending is long and unskippable. It's, like, Prime 1 lets you, scroll the credits really quickly, and Prime 3 lets you skip the ending cutscenes, but not the credits. This game does not let you speed up either. So it's almost 8 minutes and 100%. I guess it's closer to 7 minutes and 8% before you get to see the end time. So now it's just waiting.
What's kind of annoying is Prime 2, you can't skip the ending cutscene or the
Alright,
credits.
explain that.
Oh, darn it. Alright.
Oh, by the way, and a bit over 2 months from now, there's going to be a bid war between Prime 1 and Echoes at Summer Games Done Quick. And so you can donate for which run you want to see out of the 2 runs you just saw.
This is for SGQ, which is Summer Games Done Quick, which is a speedrunning marathon that SDA will be hosting in the summer that Miles will be attending, and there's going to be a bidding war between Metroid Prime, him doing Metroid Prime 1 or Metroid Prime 2, which are the 2 runs you just saw. So, check out the straw poll, and you just kind of want to see what everyone's opinion is.
I thought MP2, by the way. I would rather run that and have that run, basically.
Yeah, I apologize about the E and the S and the Echoes logo. It stands out really well for me on the X, but I guess it doesn't show that well on stream. So, apologize for that.
Well, I mean, you can see it fine. It's just weird how the blue background is on it. Yeah.